Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lords of Limited. My name is Ben Warney, and joining me on the line, as always, Mr. Ethan Spider-Man Sachs. Ethan, how's that Spidey sense coming here? How are we feeling about the set?
It's tingling. I had not really, despite there being previews for, I don't know, since Edge of Eternity started, I had not looked. I had not looked at any previews until starting the show notes for this episode yesterday. I'm feeling good-ish. I don't know. It's a new Magic set. It's hard to not. I think I am starting to feel a little like it's a little relentless, isn't it? you know.
It is a little relentless. I feel like almost annoyed because there are a lot of cool cards, like a
Yeah.
lot of cool individual cards, and I feel like I'm worried, and I don't want to start things off negative, but I'm worried that it's gonna be wasted on this small set that's only pick two. But I am very excited about a lot of the individual cards.
Yeah, yeah. The cards look powerful. Synergies look powerful. It's a cool. I'm hoping that the constraints of this, and if you are not aware of this, that it's a bit of a smaller set, that it's kind of a guild set, and that there's only really 5 supported color pairs instead of 10. That it's intended to be drafted in this pick 2 4-person pod style that they tested out on Arena last week. I assume that's how it will be presented on Arena. I don't know what Magic Online is going to do. I don't know what game stores are going to be doing, but like, I think that's the intention. And so I'm hoping that all of those constraints are positive, much like the constraints that we felt like for Edge of Eternities, like no fixing or whatever, that they were features, not bugs. And I'm hoping that I will feel that bugs, spiders, that I'm hoping that, uh, that these will be features and not bugs for this set as well.
Yeah, that checks out. I think good to start off on an optimistic note.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have the full picture, though it does feel like we have a lot of commons and uncommons to talk about in this small set. So I don't even know like what the total number that we're waiting to get previewed is, but there's a lot of cards out here as we're recording on Thursday evening, the 4th.
There are a lot of cards out, and I will say there are a lot of Spider-Man cards out. Specifically, like they are getting their money's worth for this Marvel licensing.
I agree. It's like I'm kind of hoping. I don't know what the arena skinned cards are going to be called. I hope they're not just all like Arachnid Boy or whatever. Because I'm hoping that they're all going to be perhaps a little bit differently named, and
more
that
distinct.
will honestly make it easier because I'm just like seeing like Spider-Man UK, Spider-Man India, Spider-Man this. I'm like,
that's not an
kidding?
Exaggeration. Those are cards. Yeah,
there's literal cards that exist in the set. Okay, so we have a lot to get through. This is our previews episode. We're going to talk about the set. We're going to talk about the pick 4 or the pick 2 4-person drafts. We're going to talk about mechanics, archetypes, get to greater garbage, all that good stuff. Before we get into that, do a little bit of housekeeping. Let's chat about the Patreon page. Patreon.com/Lords of Limited is where folks can go to give back to the show if they so choose. The show will always be free. We have some awesome perks over at the Patreon if you want to check it out. 2 things we always love to shout out. One is access to our Discord, an excellent community of like-minded, limited individuals chatting about all things Magic and some other things Magic. Sometimes when I'm like scrolling through the Discord, like a message will pop up and then I'll just accidentally click on it. And I accidentally clicked on someone's message in the food chat and then just started scrolling through all these amazing pictures of some home cooked food from some of our Discord members. I was like, oh my goodness, I had no idea that we had such culinary expertise in our Discord. So that was really fun. So it's mostly Magic in the Discord, but there's some other stuff too as well. Just a really awesome community. And the other thing we want to shout out about our Patreon page is access to our podcast feed at a higher tier where you get access to not only this episode a day early ad free, but also access to our weekly bonus episode of Lords Unlimited. We're going to be getting a little bit of vintage cube action this week.
Yeah, we are. I've been having a renaissance with Vintage Cube. I've faithfully watched every LSV video for probably a year and a half now, and I feel like my pick orders are locked in. And I also haven't played Vintage Cube much, so I'm in like full try hard mode. I have not trophied yet. Trophied every draft.
What is
I've only
every
done two.
draft?
I've only done two.
Two? Okay. Each, both drafts, we might say. So that's what's going on over at the Patreon page, and we want to shout out our new patrons the first week that they join. This week we're welcoming in Adam, Robert, Nukesatar, and Ian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really appreciate your support.
Yeah, cannot say thank you enough. We can also not say thank you enough to FusionGamingOnline.com, who this episode is brought to you by and is your go-to destination for Magic the Gathering and more. Whether you're chasing down that last elusive rare, stocking up for draft night, or turning your extra cards into store credit, Fusion has you covered with great prices, fast shipping, and a huge selection. If you're in Canada, it's a no-brainer. And even if you're elsewhere, you might be surprised at how competitive Fusion is on price and speed. Check them out at FusionGamingOnline.com/lords and let them know we sent you. That's FusionGamingOnline.com/lords. Great deals, great selection, delivered fast. You have the website linked in our show notes here. Just popped it open. Website looks clean. And deal of the week, 15% off all deck boxes.
It's crisp. The website is really crisp. It's quite pleasing to the eye. Speaking of pleasing to the eye, no, that's not really even a good segue, but we are going to talk about what the duality.
It's the opposite of pleasing to the eye.
Speaking of displeasing to the eye, we alluded to this, that the Spider-Man named cards will not be named Spider-Man online, on Arena and Magic Online, where Ben and I do 99.9% of our playing. So the question has been, even in weeks of anticipation for this set, how are you guys going to handle this on the podcast? And I think the answer for me is that this week we will be talking about the cards with their Spider-Man name. Next week for the Crash Course, I think we will also talk about them with their Spider-Man name, just because that'll be, I think, easier for us doing all the sorting for Scryfall, etc. That'll be better for priming people for their paper pre-releases, where that's what the card names will be. And then from there on after, we will be referring to them as their arena names.
Love it. I read this and I was like, yeah, boom, makes sense. Sign me up.
Great. So that's what we're going to be doing. The other thing we want to talk about first is our thoughts on the 4-person pick 2 drafts. Now, we've had chances. I forget what they called them on Magic Online, like back in the day, when they did pick 2 drafts for, like, you remember this? Like Supreme drafts or something?
They were called Supreme drafts, but that's what I was thinking. Well, I've already kind of done this. But then, so both you and I last week did the Midweek Magic Foundations pick 2 draft. And the big difference is the card pool is so much smaller because it's only 4 people. Like, those Supreme drafts were juiced because it's still an 8-person pod. Like, the card pool is way smaller and gets way shallower, way faster with only 4 people.
I not only did that, I organized a 4-person draft last night in paper with some friends of Edge of Eternities, just as a little, I was like, would like to get a little bit more of my own experience and thoughts, and also poll my friends about how they thought about things. And it's not that I think, my take is that it just feels strange. And what you're talking about as part of that is that the card pool is just so much smaller. And I don't think it's that your pick orders or strategies necessarily change, right? Like, I didn't go into that Edge of Eternities draft and be like, I'm going to, not pick these good cards or whatever, that I'm just going to keep my same pick order. But it does feel like the scenarios where you pick 2 black cards out of pack 1 and black is cut is, like, really bad. And it's really bad when, like, you think you're in a color pair and you get to whatever, pick 5 plus 6, and you can only really take 1 playable out of the pack, but you have to take 2. It just feels like there's a pinch on playables quite aggressively.
Well, so I think there's a couple things at play here, and I'm curious to throw my thoughts at you and see what sticks as true to you. When we played Midweek Magic, I played quite a few games. I played against a lot of 3-color decks. Did you run into that also, or no?
I only played 2 games, and one of them was like a non-game, so I wouldn't put too much stock in that.
Sure, but
I will say, last night in the Edge draft, no one was 3 colors, but that's maybe a product of Edge of Eternities.
Edge of Eternities, and maybe experienced drafters also.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it's possible to end up 2 colors. Like, I ended up 2 colors, but you basically, I think there's a couple possible things that happen, which is you stick to your colors early. Like, you pick your first 2 cards or whatever, you find your color pair, and you just stick with it the whole way. Like, because you kind of have to hit playables, because the playables get so shallow so quick. Like, it's very difficult to pivot
Yes.
if you realize you're getting cut, because by the time you need to pivot, which would be like the third pick, like pick 5-6 or pick
Mm-hmm.
7-8, like the cards are already horrible. Do you know what I mean? Like there's not
Yes.
good stuff to pivot into. And then the other thing that I found was if you do need to pivot, like let's say you pivot, you're not even guaranteed to get rewarded for pivoting because there's
Mm-hmm.
so many fewer packs that get opened. Like that, your stuff just might not get open. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
found that the variance dials get turned up quite a bit in a few knobs. Like I think there's a way bigger emphasis on pack one, pick one, right? Like we always talk about drafts that start strong versus drafts that start weak. Like a draft that starts strong in pick four is going to be so much easier to navigate than a week than a pick four draft that starts weekly
The
because you can just hold on if it
Well,
starts
you
strong.
yeah, you either hold on or you're going to be given something. Your signals will be clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out for me. I don't know. Like, do you think there's any sort of strategy to like? Do you want to take two cards that are the same color? Do colorless cards go up because you want to like? I don't know. Delay the decision at all?
I don't think there's any delaying the decision. I
You want to make a decision?
my prediction for pick two draft. I keep wanting to call it pick four because there's poor people at the table.
Yeah.
My prediction for pick two draft is that it's going to teach people how to soft force. Like
Mm.
I think you're highly disincentivized from pivoting unless it is smacking you in the face because you know, like uh, with the way LSV drafts Vintage Cube, right? He often takes his pack one, pick one in Vintage Cube, and then just drafts like a strategy around what because the power level gaps and similar for Edge of Eternities, the power level gaps between the best cards in Vintage Cube and the next tier are large, and so
Hmm.
you're really incentivized to stick. If you have a card like Broadside Bombardiers, you're really incentivized to stick with that and draft a red aggressive strategy rather than like waffle around and maybe abandon stuff for other things. I think in the pick two draft, if you're starting with two good first picks, those are likely to be the best two cards you see
In
out of
that
any
pack.
pack. Like people
Yeah.
aren't going to be that bad at evaluating cards. You know what I mean? Like missing the two best cards from a pack when you see your second pack, and then you're not going to really be able to see signals super clear until the third pack when it's picked 5-6, and the good cards are just gone by that point. Like I think you're so disincentivized from pivoting unless it smacks you in the face
Yeah.
because you start with two good cards and you don't want to abandon two good cards.
Yeah. But what if you don't start with two good cards?
That's and then I think it's also going to be really hard because you're like the power is going to dry up, or hopefully you get signals and can move into something. Like those are going to be the interesting drafts, I think, when you don't start with good cards.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think, like, Foundations is different. That was the midweek Magic event. The Edge of Eternities draft I did last night is different. I do think, like, the smaller set, they're being more fixing. They're being 5 archetypes, really, rather than 10 archetypes. I think that's all going to lead to it being different. I don't know different in what way yet, but I do think it'll lead to it feeling different.
I will say the other thing about pick two draft that has hit me is the pack one pick ones are really exciting. Like your first pack that you open feels good, right? Because you're wanting to hit power, but then like hitting cards that are good in your colors in pack two and pack three like feels
Mm-hmm.
great when that happens.
Yeah.
Like I opened double Vampire Nighthawk when I was in black in Foundations, and I was like, hell yes, let's go. Like and
Wow.
then there's the double bug, so like my draft bugged out or whatever on Arena, but
Mhm.
it was a great feeling to open that.
Yeah. Oh, that checks out. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so those are the thoughts on what we're doing with the differences between digital and paper. Those are the thoughts on pick two drafts for now. I'm sure we'll have updates after early access and all that. Let's chat about new and returning mechanics. The first new mechanic is a doozy. I'm excited about this one. This is web slinging. It's an alternative cost to cast a spell. And if you choose to cast it for its web slinging cost, you pay the listed cost rather than its mana cost, and return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. Returning a tapped creature is part of the cost, so if you don't control one, you can't use web slinging. If the spell gets countered, the creature is still returned to your hand, etc. It's kind of like ninjutsu, except not, because like ninjutsu isn't casting. Ninjutsu returns an attacking creature. This only returns a tapped creature. There are timing restrictions on the casting, but web slinging looks sweet to me.
I'm medium on it so far, but I am also medium on our example card here, which is Spider-Man Webslinger, 2 and a white for a 3/3 at common. It's a legendary creature at common with web slinging for a single white. You can cast the spell for a single white if you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. So the top-down design joke here is that you're like juggling Spider-Man web slingers, and it's like him shooting his webs to the various buildings to like mimic the movement with this card. I don't know. Like, I loathe that there are legendary creatures at common in this format. And there's not like a few, there are a lot of legendary creatures at common.
You're mad about this because you're going to legend rule yourself?
Everyone's gonna legend rule themselves, and it's also awkward in a format like where it's a smaller card pool already.
Yeah.
Are you going to be thrilled about your second copy of Spider-Man Webslinger? Are you going to be thrilled about, like, there's a lot of legends and greater garbage because I want to have that conversation with you. I think that's pretty big. You think it's going to be, you should have to pay attention and it's not going to be that impactful?
I guess. I don't know. Like, how many Centaur coursers are you trying to draft at, period?
Well, yeah, I don't think this card is particularly good, but there are some legendary commons that are pretty good.
So web slinging is the mechanic in green white, and there's a lot of cool, like there's a lot of good ETBs. There's some vehicles around, so you can like crew your vehicles, tap your creatures, pick up your thing, rebuy your ETB, get your big creature in for cheap. I think web slinging in green white is my early front runner for best archetype.
With 50% of the cards previewed so far.
What are people coming here for?
Yeah, that's what people are here for. I agree.
Misinformed takes, you know?
Yeah, juggling ETB creatures seems like the coolest part of it to me. But it remains to be seen here how interested in web slinging we are. Like, undeveloping your board does not sound ideal to me.
But you're getting a mana advantage, right? Like if you're double, like I pick up my 2-drop ETB. Well, why are you squinting at me?
I'm squinting at you because this feels like you're saying, like, it's like when somebody goes shopping and they're like, I got such a deal, I got buy one get one free. Like, you still like bought one and spent the money. Like,
I'm confused. Buy one get one free is a deal. What is the argument you're making?
No, it's not. Keeping your money is a deal. Like, I mean,
sure, we could not play Magic or cast spells. That is also an option.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, picking up your creature is a cost if it's not an ETB creature.
I agree, but you are getting a discount. Like some of these creatures that have web slinging on them are like you're getting a 3-mana 4/3 with an enter the battlefield trigger. Like there's big upside to being able to web sling.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Wow, fighting already. Say it ain't so. What's the next new mechanic?
Next new mechanic is Mayhem, which is kind of a twist on Madness. So Mayhem is a new ability that allows you to cast a card from your graveyard for an alternative cost if you discard it this turn. And again, timing restrictions still apply. So we've got Electro's Bolt here. What's going on with that?
2 and a red for a sorcery. It deals 4 damage to target creature, and it has a Mayhem cost of 1 and a red. If you discard it at this turn, you can cast it from your graveyard.
And it looks like that's going to tie in very well with our next mechanic, which is Connive.
Yeah, so this is a returning mechanic. Connive is something that creatures do either themselves when they enter the battlefield, or some spells will allow a creature to connive. And if a creature you control connives, you loot, you draw a card, then discard a card. And if you discard a non-land card this way, you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature that connived. So that's the real pairing there, is like connive, discard a thing with mayhem, have some extra mana, and cast the thing with mayhem, and get the +1/+1 counter from your connive.
So
example, what do we have here?
Yeah, so we've got Doc Ox Henchman. This is 2 and a blue for a 2/1 at common with flash. Whenever this creature attacks, it connives.
Okay, yeah, there it is. The next thing is not really a thing that'll come up in limited all that often, because I think it's mostly on mythics, maybe some rares. Modal double-faced cards are back, but they can transform. So you can like choose which side of these you want to cast from your hand. So there's like, they look like they're the normal, like, I play the front face and pay a cost to transform them. But no, they have that cost on the backside too. And so from your hand, you can cast either half. So what's the example card we have here?
We've got Gwen Stacy, 1 and a red for a mythic 2/1. Whenever Gwen Stacy enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature. And it has the activated ability 2 blue, red, white to transform Gwen Stacy only as a sorcery, or to cast it for that same cost on the other side, which is Ghost Spider, legendary Spider Human Hero. It's a 4/4 flying vigilance haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider, exile the top card of your library. You can play that card this turn.
Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a counter on it, remove 2 counters. So you need some other stuff happening for this to get multiple counters on it.
Correct.
To be able to take advantage of that. So, but still, 5 mana, 4/4 flying Vigi haste. Pretty dang good.
I will say, in honor of this set, and like this card in particular, and there's a lot of cards I'm sure we will talk about that are like New York and Hot Dog Stand. Like this is breaking a bit of the fourth wall for me with Magic flavor. Like that is finally hitting me, I think.
That it feels like too of this world.
Yeah, it feels very jarring for me. And I'm sure I won't mind once I'm playing with the cards. I'll just be playing Magic. But right now, like when I was studying the cards today, like I also had the same experience as you, which is that I came home from school at 3:00 and basically like looked at the spoiler for 2.5 hours before brain practice. And it was like, ugh, this doesn't really feel like Magic very much to me. But like with that being said, I'm sure once I start playing with the cards, I'm just going to be playing Magic and be happy as a clam.
I'm just curious what the reskinned hot dog stand is going to be. And I'm just also mad that I am not going to be able to put like the hot dog meme from I Think You Should Leave on my soundboard for this format, because the card's going to be like, I don't know, whatever, some multiverse food stand. Anyway, and the last returning mechanic here is modified, which is a thing that a creature is. It is considered modified if it is enhanced in some way by a card you control or own. So if it has an equipment attached to it, if it has an aura on it, if it has +1/+1 counters on it, etc., it's modified. Important caveat is that like if your opponent puts a pacifism on your creature, it's not modified because you don't own the enchantment.
Correct. So we've got Costume Closet here, which is a very cool card. 1 and a white for an uncommon artifact. This artifact enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. You can tap it, move a +1/+1 counter from this artifact onto target creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. And whenever a modified creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on this artifact. So it basically makes sure that 2 of your creatures at least are always modified, sometimes with even more upside.
So this is very similar to Explorer's Cache from LCI, right? 1 in a green. It came in with 2 counters. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it died, you put a counter on Explorer's Cache and you can move it. It's basically like the exact same thing, except if you have a thing that's modified in some non-counter way, it can also dump a counter back on the costume closet.
Yeah.
So you loved that card. You're going to love this card?
I love that card, and it was good. I love this card, and I think this card is also good, especially if there's a modified theme running around. This card's very strong.
Okay, so we have 5 color pairs, as I said. They're the allied color pairs. And we've got, every color gets a hybrid common, a hybrid uncommon, and 2 signposts. I wonder if all of the gold cards, so I have two thoughts. One, I'm like wondering if all of the gold cards is to like be really clear, like you're like, this is the open thing. Like, let's make sure that there's no overlap among the 4 people drafting. But I'm also wondering, and I'm a little worried to make this take because I had this take a few sets ago and it was wrong. Are the hybrid cards gonna be higher picks because they're like you can pivot with them, or do you think just like no, you take power and that's it?
I just think you take good cards, and if these are good, you take them, and if they're not, you don't.
All right, well, let's find out if they're good. I think we have basically, yeah, we've all 4 previewed for all of these color pairs. So I'd say let's like run through all 4 cards and then sort of give our assessment of the bunch.
Yeah, so in blue-white, we've got a Spider piloted by Penny. This is 3 white-blue for a 4/4 uncommon with vigilance, and whenever it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Very similar to Halia, right? The green-white.
Yeah, which is very good. I expect this card will also be very good.
And we should say that blue-white looks like it's modified matters. There is the hybrid common. It's Skyward Spider. It's white blue and white blue. So 2 mana for a 2/2 ward 2. And it has flying as long as it's modified.
That card's fine. I mean, it'll be annoying if you put a counter on it, like it turns into a 3/3 flyer. Yeah, that card's pretty good.
3/3 flyer ward 2.
You're gonna have to be exactly white blue to play it, though. It's significantly worse in a white X or a blue X deck.
Correct.
Next, we've got Wraith Vicious Vigilante. This is 1 white blue for a 1/1 uncommon double strike that can't be blocked.
Yikes. That can end some games real quick. And then lastly, there's Sun Spider, Nimble Weber, 3 and white blue hybrid for a 3/2. During your turn, it has flying, and when it enters, search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle.
I think this is going to be as good as there is aura removal. And if there's not any aura-based removal, I'm a little bit less excited about Sun Spider Nimble Weber.
Really? You don't want to search up something that can modify your creatures in the Modify Matters color pair?
Sure, but we haven't seen any good equipment yet.
I guess that's true. Yeah. And there's not a ton of cards left to be previewed. Yeah, I mean, this looks like good, not great to me based on these cards, but obviously this doesn't tell the whole picture. None of these groups of cards will tell the whole picture. But like none of these cards jump out to me immediately as like neither of the signposts, that is, as like, ooh, I want to first pick that.
Correct. I think Spider is the closest. The first one, the 4/4 Vigi.
Correct, yeah. Takes us on to blue-black, which is Villains Matter. I believe everything here has the creature type villain. First up, we have Prowler, Clawed Thief, 1 blue-black for a 2/3 legendary. It has Menace, and whenever another villain you control enters, this creature connives.
Fine. Not anything particularly exciting to write home about.
I think fine, yeah.
A Vulture Scheming Scavenger is up next, which is the uncommon hybrid. This is 5 and Dimir hybrid for a 4/6 flyer, and whenever it attacks, other villains you control gain flying until end of turn. That's kind of like a hold your breath and hope this doesn't die. If it doesn't, you probably win. If it does, you're really sad that you spent 6 mana to do nothing.
Right, yeah. Mob Lookout is the common hybrid, so 1 and blue-black hybrid for an 0/3. And when it enters, target creature you control connives. I wish this had some overlap with web slinging.
That's what I was going to say. It's not in the web slinging colors at all, right?
No, because web slinging is green-white and this is blue-black. I mean, the question remains to be seen. I'm like, who's going to come up with what's the 6th color pair in the set?
Yeah.
Like, is blue-green a color pair, and then you can play this with some web slinging, or maybe blue-green is the color pair that gets to splash around. I don't know. I kind of like Mob Lookout. I probably shouldn't, but
I think you should not. That card looks atrocious to me.
What? Oh man. Okay.
Next up, we've got Morbius, the Living Vampire. This is 2 blue-black for an uncommon, 3/1 flying vigilance lifelink. That's a lot of abilities for 4 mana. And you can pay blue-black, exile it from your graveyard, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This card is awesome. This is one you're excited to first pick.
Yeah, because like this is good. And
it's good up front. It's good in your yard if you pitch it to connive. Like, it's good everywhere. Yeah, and it gets around the legendary problem of like you can legend rule yourself, still anticipate it out of the graveyard or whatever. It's not gonna be a dead card in your hand. Love this card.
I wouldn't recommend legend ruling yourself just to get your second Morbius in the graveyard.
I mean, but if push comes to shove, you can.
You can. You're allowed to do it. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it. The other thing that I think is sweet about this card is that there is a non-zero amount of self-mill, like things where it's like when you attack, like mill 1 or whatever. So then just randomly getting this in your graveyard is nice too.
That's the best card we've seen so far.
I think I agree with that. Though, I mean, Mob Lookout is close, right? The 0/3.
Yeah. Love those stats. Next up, we've got red black, which is discard matters, which again seems like it's mostly going to be from conniving so far from what we've seen. And first card up is Green Goblin Revenant. This is 3 black red for an uncommon, 3/3 flying death touch. And whenever it attacks, discard a card, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn.
This is going to be the first like super annoying thing that I say. Well, that's probably, people don't think that's true, but I will say that I will say that
getting ahead of the YouTube comments.
don't think I don't see what you're all thinking about there. Green Goblin not being green is really annoying to me. Does that not bother you? Yeah.
No. It doesn't feels like he's in the right color pairs.
I'm too smooth brained. I see the word green.
The art is he's green in the art.
Sure. Yes, he is partially green in the art. So this is a 5 mana 3/3 flying death touch. Attacks, discard a card, then draw a card for each card you discard this turn. This is fine. This card doesn't even seem that good to me.
It's not good. Like, it's got to survive and attack. Yeah, not great.
The other uncommon is Scarlet Spider Kane, black red for a 2/1 with menace. And when it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And it has Mayhem for Rakdos Hybrid.
This card is excellent.
This card's awesome. Payoff and an enabler.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Yeah.
And you can it does a lot of different things.
Were you about to say you could?
I was about to say you could pitch it, yeah, but then that's not what you also would recommend taking that game action.
When push comes to shove, you can legend rule yourself with Scarlet Spider Kane.
Thank you for pointing that out to the audience. I appreciate you catching me.
I'm just so in sync with you that I know. I see what you're gonna. I see what you're doing.
The first time I was seriously suggesting it. That time I tried to self-edit.
Love these late night episodes. So good.
All right, next up we've got Pumpkin Bombardment, which is the hybrid common. It's Rakdos hybrid, single mana. For a sorcery, as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card or pay 2, and it deals 3 damage to target creature. I'm into it. If you've got the Madness cards, it's not called Madness, the Mayhem cards.
Yeah, I'm just like, I guess that's fine. Like, I'm just trying to think about, I guess it's the same thing as the web slinging. I'm like, you're getting a discount, but then you're getting a discount on this, and you're getting a discount on your Mayhem cards. No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, it's a good Mayhem enabler.
And then lastly is Shriek Troublemaker. It's 2 Rakdos hybrid for a 2/3. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may discard a card. When you do, target creature can't block this turn. And it has Sonic Blast. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, it deals 1 damage to that player. I don't think this card is very good.
I mean, it depends on how hard you're going on Mayhem. You'll be super into it if you have a lot of Mayhem cards in your deck.
Yeah, I guess like free Mayhem. I'm just saying, like, I'm nowhere near interested in first picking this.
Sure, yeah, but I think like its value will go up based on the number of Mayhem cards you have. But you're not like taking that and trying to build a Mayhem deck.
No, I don't think so.
All right, that takes us on to red-green, which is 4 power matters. First up, we've got Rhino, Barreling Brute.
Sorry, it's not 4 power. It's like, isn't it? It's mana value 4.
That's what I thought. All right, that takes us on to red-green, which cares about mana value 4. So first up, we've got Rhino, Barreling Brute, 3 red, green for a 6/7 uncommon human villain with flying, not flying. Where did that come from? We're just nowhere.
You know those flying rhinos. Flying rhinos.
Try that again. First card up, we've got Rhino, Barreling Brute, 3 red, green for a 6/7 uncommon legendary creature with vigilance, trample, and haste. Whenever Rhino attacks, if you've cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater this turn, draw a card.
I mean, it's a great thing to do with 7 mana.
Yeah, it's very strong. It's going to smack you around and replace itself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm like, and it can draw multiple cards, but if it's drawing multiple cards, then you're winning the game pretty quickly.
Yeah. Card's strong if you can cast it.
Card is strong. This next card I think is really strong too. Spider Manifestation. 1 and Gruul hybrid for a 2/2 reach. It's a mana dork. It taps for red or green. And whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, untap this creature.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly explosive if you can make use of the extra mana. Like on turn 3, if you can go 4-drop plus a 1 mana spell or something, that's going to be pretty backbreaking.
Or attack. You can also just cast your 4-drop and then attack for 2.
Yeah, if the board's clear, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that card's really good.
Next up, we've got Rhino's Rampage. This is single mana, Gruul hybrid for an uncommon sorcery. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It fights target creature an opponent controls. When excess damage is dealt to the creature an opponent controls this way, destroy up to 1 target non-creature artifact with mana value 3 or less. The Manalith has gotten too strong. They're trying to keep it in check. Anti-Manalith tech.
That's what this card is. It's just anti-Manalith tech. That's brutal. I mean, the times when that happens, and it's going to happen, is going to be really busted. I do not like this card.
It's fine.
It's fine. And lastly, we have Craven Proud Predator 1 red-green for a star 4 with Vigilance, and its power is equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. So at its base, 3 mana, 3/4 Vigi, and goes up from there.
Card's fine. The best of those is Rhino, again, I think, assuming you can cast it. Or do you think Spider Manifestation's the best?
I'm pretty big on Spider Manifestation. I don't know. Maybe that's crazy. I'm also just like really like that it has a hybrid cost. A single pipped hybrid cost.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right,
but do you like red-green as an archetype, though?
I mean, based on those, I think I do.
Interesting.
Like, I think I like that better than blue-white and blue-black, based on those 4 cards.
I think.
But we're bearing the lead because we're about to get to green-white, the undisputed best archetype in the format.
Is it?
+1/+1 counters. So first up is Spider-Man India, 3 green-white for a 4/4. It has web slinging for 1 green-white. And whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains flying until end of turn.
Okay.
This card's awesome. I mean, I guess we really should be starting with Gallant Citizen, which I feel like is the...
That's the linchpin, yes.
That's the, the piece de resistance here is Selesnya hybrid for a 1/1 when it enters draw card. That's what you're trying to do.
That's going to be great to juggle with web slinging, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it's not like that's the only ETB creature in the format, you know?
Sure, but that's going to be a very good one, yeah. So Spider-Man India, as a card, how do we feel about casting it for its full cost?
I don't love it.
And then you're also not that excited to web sling it unless you're picking up something with ETB value.
You're not excited to be like, all right, attack in with my 2/2, pick it up, play a 3 mana 4/4.
That whenever that gives me a benefit for recasting the creature.
I think you're
pretty good.
I think you're into that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm into that. You're right.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Web Warriors, which is 4 Selesnya hybrid for an uncommon 4/3. Whenever this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control.
Okay. Hello.
That's fine.
Wait, what?
You think that's that good?
Are you out of your mind? Yes, that's that good. Have you? Wait, what's the card from Kaladesh? The 5. I mean, I know that was a 5 mana 5/5, but it did the same thing.
That was how many? It was like 8 years ago, right? How many years?
Oh
ago
my god! This card is good. This card's good. This is crazy. And the last one is Spider Girl Legacy Hero, green-white for a 2/2. During your turn, it has flying, and when it leaves the battlefield, you make a 1/1 green and white human citizen creature token. Hello? 2 mana 2/2 flying on your turn, attack, pick it up, get a 1/1, get your thing in cheap. Green-white looks great based on these. I agree.
Green-white does look. I agree. Green-white does look excellent. It not close to close has the best 4 cards in tandem with each other.
Not close to close, and our rule in Play Booster era has been, and I know these aren't quite Play Boosters because of small set, etc., 4-person draft, but when the 2 signposts are good, the color pair is going to be good. When the 4 signposts are good, what does that mean?
The color pair is going to be busted. I mean, it does look very lopsided compared to
Based
the
on
others.
those. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I am in complete agreement with that.
Great. I was you seemed skeptical at the start of the episode.
I only had 2 hours to read cards before we started recording today. I mean, in fairness, I could have been following along before, but it's been a busy month and a half here.
You had to go to space. Okay, some blasts from the past potentially. Is Cryptic Command back? Is a question I have for you. We've got School Days. 3 blue for an instant. Choose one. Do homework, which is draw 3 cards, or fight crime. Counter target spell. Draw a card.
This just looks really slow to me. I don't know if Cryptic Command is back.
You don't know if it's back. You're just saying, like, if they printed Cryptic Command at Uncommon, you'd be like, eh. Is that what you're saying?
But this isn't Cryptic Command, first of all.
No, this is school. This is School Days in the Spider-Man Magic set.
Sure. Yeah, but this is a very different Magic card than Cryptic Command and costs a mana extra. That looks slow to me. Like, do you expect that that's going to be a premium card? I do not.
I would.
If I had to go great or garbage on it right now, I would go garbage.
Wow, I would go great. I would go great on School Days. I think Cryptic Command slaps. I think counter draw card slaps is what I think.
It's for 5 mana though. Like, you got to be stable when you're holding that up. That's not an easy task.
Sure. But it's a split card in of itself. Whatever. That's fine. You say garbage, I say great.
Next up, we've got Sahagin reprint potentially. We've got Lurking Lizards, 1 and a green for a 1/3 at common with trample. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
It's basically Sahagin, right? Exchange unblockable with trample.
Yeah, which is a big game and in a worse color. And yeah, nothing about this says Sahagin to me. I would also, I think, go garbage on this fight to choose greater garbage.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious because the thing that really tipped Sahagin over the edge was the tiered spells. We don't really have anything like that. Like, whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you're casting it. Oh, though I guess, does Mayhem and Web Slinging? No, Web Slinging doesn't, because I think Web Slinging doesn't. Web Slinging is the cost when you pay 3 mana. Wait, I don't know. How does that work? If I'm Web Slinging a 5-drop for 3 mana, does that trigger Lurking Lizards? I'm assuming no.
Yeah, I think it does work, right? The mana value of the card won't change.
So both Web Slinging and Mayhem work with Lurking Lizards as a way to pay less mana to trigger this?
Sounds like it to me when I read Mayhem and Web Slinging.
Okay, so it's Sahagin. There we go. Solved.
I don't know about that. The Manolith in the set, we've got Hot Dog Cart. 3 mana for a common artifact. Whenever this artifact enters, create a food token, and you can tap it for a mana of any color.
Nothing really that you're doing with the food in the set.
No. This does not look like a good card at all to me.
Say it ain't so. Is the year over?
The year's over. It got too strong. They had to nerf it. They even printed a hate card for future standard sets.
That's true. Okay, can I sell you on this next card as a top common in the set? This is Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary. It's 4 and a green for a 4/3. Legendary. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. But it also has a web slinging cost of 2 and a green.
I mean,
when you do this on...
You cannot sell me on this as a 5-drop. You can sell me on web slinging this as a 3-drop. Like, how often is that going to happen? Like, once people, I think the play pattern of get your thing tapped is going to be tougher once people catch on to web sling, right? People are just going to very aggressively trade stuff off so that you can't web sling. And if that's true, like your creature, it's almost like you're talking about web slinging, just to have a broader conversation about web slinging. You're talking about it like it's going to happen very easily. You have to have attacks, right? It's almost like survival from Duskmorn, and that mechanic fell super flat, right? Like there's not tons of ways outside of combat to get your things tapped. Or am I missing other cards?
There's some vehicles. I don't know if other
The
than
vehicles all
vehicles.
look real bad to me. From what I remember.
No. The common one that's the subway train. There's subway train. Two mana, 3/1. When it enters, you can pay green. If you do, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle.
And so that's
good.
basically your 3-drop.
Or your 2-drop if you need it to web sling. What is you are pessimistic Patrick tonight. I don't know what's going on with you.
I'm just talking through gameplay scenarios. I think it might be harder to web sling than you were making it out to be.
I think it's gonna be easy.
Of course you do. You're optimistic on it.
Very easy.
This is what it's like to be you against me when we have arguments. I feel some role reversal here happening with this mechanic. But if I had to choose top common or not, I think I would choose not for this.
You choose not. I think that's fair. I think, and I do think your comparison to survival is apt, though. I do think there's easier ways, like the seeded stuff, the like evasive things, the thing with ETBs, the vehicles at not rare. I think it makes it a little easier to do.
Sure, but also to go back to our earlier conversation about Gallant Citizen, that's the dream, but it also has no way to get itself through, right? You're going to be doing some work to get that card tapped. The 1 mana 1/1 or the 2 mana 1/1 draw card.
I mean, but you're saying this like to flip the script on you. You're also acting like your opponent always has a thing they're blocking with.
But maybe that's part of the barrier to entry of the format. You know what I mean? Like the decks will just know I've got to play to the board so that I don't get steamrolled by the green-white deck web slinging or whatever.
Yeah,
it looks those green-white cards look like they all play very well together. But I'm rethinking web slinging a little bit more than I'm talking it through. Okay. Gallant Citizen. Speaking of, there's the guy, the 1 mana or the 2 mana 1/1 draw card for Selesnya. Next up, we've got Whoosh. 1 and a blue for a common instant with kicker. 1 and a blue. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, draw a card.
Into the Royal is back. Blink of an Eye is back.
Yeah, card's very good.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Was good, 8 years ago. It's gonna be good again today. What's next? What is Spectacular Tactics?
This is 1 and a white for an instant. Choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. Awesome. Or destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Also awesome.
Yeah, this reads uncommon to me. Like the modality of it, the like protect your thing or kill a thing. The fact that this gives actual factual hexproof I'm into, leaves a counter I'm into, but this is a common.
This is pushed.
I think this is very pushed.
For 2 mana, this card looks incredible to me.
How am I ever getting my creatures through? Well, maybe Wild Pack Squad is going to help. 2 and a white for a 2/3 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Up to 1 target creature gains first strike. Oh no, and vigilance until end of turn. I can't web sling.
You can't web sling with that, baby.
Squad creature. This doesn't give a power boost. Like this isn't like Combat Professor or whatever.
Correct, but it does have an effect the turn it comes down. It looked like an interesting card to me in that it helps your creature attack and then vigilance helps you block. Like two-way player, offense and defense, has an immediate impact the turn it comes down. Just to shout it out, I doubt it's going to be a top white common, but it caught my eye as I was going through the spoiler.
I'm into it.
And lastly, we've got Professional Wrestler. 3G for a common 4/4. When this creature enters, create a treasure token. This creature can't be blocked by more than 1 creature.
Hello.
Yeah. This card is pushed.
So in our top common alert section, we listed green card, Selesnya card, blue card, white card, green card. So we'll see.
The whole set's not out yet.
Okay. We've got a web slinging ETB payoff here, but you're off it. But this is Spider UK, 3 and a white for a 3/4. It has web slinging 2 and a white. And at the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures entered the battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card and gain 2 life. I mean, I'm into it.
Yeah, it's a cool card. If you're doing the web slinging deck, I think that will be quite good for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't have to web sling. Like, you can just double spell to trigger it also.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what I feel like that's more what is appealing to you is you're just like, ooh, is this, what's it called? 2.0, the 3/3 from.
Sunstar Lightsmith, maybe?
Yeah, there it is.
Villains Matter. We've got a card for that. Flying Octobot. 1 and a blue for an uncommon, 1/1 flyer. Whenever another villain you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. This ability triggers only once each turn. Are you a believer?
And this is itself a villain.
Is itself a villain? Works with itself, yeah.
I don't know.
It's the thing where you're like having to do work to make it the size it's supposed to be.
Right. But it does. I mean,
there are a lot of villains running around, though.
There's a lot of villains. Like, are you not playing this in blue-black? I think you
you're always playing it. Is it like it's like a C+, maybe?
Yeah, it's like once you're in blue-black, you're gonna play it. Yeah. We've got sort of like all these other web slinging cards reduce the cost. This one has a web slinging cost that is greater than. This is Spiderman Heroic Horde, 1 and a green for a 2/3. It has web slinging for 4 GG, and when it enters, if they were cast using web slinging, you gain 3 life and create 2/1 green spider creature tokens with reach.
This card is really strong. Like, I didn't like know where to put it. I didn't want to put it in greater garbage because it's obviously great.
Yeah.
This card is really, really good here.
Yeah. Well, and it's very cool in that, like, it's especially cool as I'll play this on turn 2, and then maybe later on I can pick it up with another web slinging and then redeploy it for its 6 mana web slinging cost and get the bonus.
Yeah, I think the gameplay with and against the web slinging deck is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, these cards aren't really worth shouting out, I guess. But there is this colorless cycle of artifacts that have these like colored activations attached to them. But I guess they're all basically like, you don't really want them if you don't have that color of mana, right? We talked about Subway Train as sort of the Civic Wayfinder variant. It's like 2 mana, but if you play it for 2 and a green, you search up a basic land and put it into your hand.
Yeah, I think you're just evaluating each card on its own individual merit. So, for example, there's Eerie Gravestone, which is 2 mana for a common artifact. When it enters, you draw a card, and you can pay 1 and a black, sack it, mill 4 cards, put a creature card from among them into your hands. That one is just a good card, right?
It's a 2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1. Get you some self mill. Looks like there's some stuff going on with the graveyard in blue-black for sure. That is just a good card. Then the red one, for example, Steel Wrecking Ball, 5 mana for an artifact. When it enters, deals 5 damage to target creature. And you can pay 1 and a red, discard it to destroy target artifact. That's not a good card at all.
It's not a good card. The blue one is Passenger Ferry, 3 mana, 4/3 vehicle, crew 2. And when it attacks, you can pay blue. When you do, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. Kind of whatever.
That also is a terrible card. It's not good. And then the white one is Bagel and Schmear. This is 1 mana for a colorless food. You can pay single white, tap it, sack it to put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, draw a card, only at sorcery speed. Or you can pay 2 mana, tap it, sack it to gain 3 life and draw a card.
There's nothing to do with the life. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with the life.
I don't know. Maybe. No, I guess it's fine. Yeah, it's just fine. Fine. Okay. Well, speaking of just fine, we will not be able to say that about any of the cards on the following list because the game is great or garbage. And those are the rules. The rules are quite simple. We will talk about a card and then we'll have to put a stamp on it at the end, either on one poll of great or garbage. First up, we have Amazing Acrobatics. 1 blue for an instant at common. Choose one or both. Counter target spell. Tap 1 or 2 target creatures.
This is Cryptic Command, baby.
This is Cryptic Command. That's true. Counter tap.
I have to choose great or garbage?
This is great. I'll choose great.
This is great?
This is great, I think.
I don't think this is great. I think this is garbage.
Say more.
So you can pretty easily play around the tapping thing by casting your stuff second main. Like, to really get got by the tapping your things, you're going to have to cast a spell first main, or be
Sure.
trying to cast something on your opponent's turn, which if you need to kill something, you can just kill it sorcery speed on your own turn. I think it's pretty possible to play around this. It doesn't replace itself or give scry value or anything like that. I'm going garbage, I think.
Wow. Okay. I think I don't know. I think it's
Like,
great.
you're never drafting this like it's a top common, right? You don't want 2 copies of this in your deck, do you?
No, I guess you're right. I'll go garbage. Next up, what do we have here?
Robotics Mastery. This is 4 and a blue for an uncommon with flash. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, create 2 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature tokens with flying. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. This card is great.
I mean, huge swings here, right? Like, obviously, with any aura, it's a 5 mana aura that if you cast, like, it never casts into open mana, but if you have to and you get got, it's terrible. But when this sticks as a trick that makes 2/1/1s, or maybe you don't even need to get that greedy and you just suit up a thing and get 2/1/1s and then
Yeah,
smash
like that
in,
sounds
like,
great. Or you're on offense and your opponent's tapped out. This card is very powerful.
it's really pushed. Yeah. Okay. So that's double garbage on the counterspell, double great on the mastery. Spider Mobile. 3 mana, 3/3 vehicle at uncommon. It's a 3/3 with trample, crew 2, and whenever this vehicle attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each spider you control. This is big.
There's a lot of spiders running around, that's for sure.
There's a lot of spiders. I mean, so maybe this is like a secret green, white, gold card where the
That's what it
spiders.
looks like to me, yeah.
But like, it already is a secret green, white, gold card because web slinging wants you to have vehicles. This card is like, what was it? Not Renegade Freighter, the 4/3. Sorry to make another Kaladesh. I know it was like a million years ago, but Renegade Freighter, the 4/3 that could attack as a 5/4 with
Yeah.
trample. Like,
Yeah.
this is large, and the fact that it gets the buff on blocks too is huge.
Yeah. If I have to choose right now, I think I'm gonna give it an optimistic grade. Wouldn't shock me if it were garbage, but I'm gonna choose great.
Oh, I'm choosing great enthusiastically. I would be shocked if it were garbage.
Next up, we've got Pictures of Spider-Man. 2 and a green for an uncommon artifact. When this artifact enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 target creature cards from among them, put them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and you can pay 1, tap, sack it to create a treasure token.
So we've seen cards like this before, like Lead the Stampede or whatever. Like, green gets these kinds of like sorcery speed, impulse 5, grab 2 creatures. And is the addition of cash this in for a treasure, does that make this better?
No, this card is garbage for me.
I think that is true for me as well, unfortunately.
Next up, we've got Masked Meower. This is single red for a 1/1 common with haste. Discard a card, sacrifice this creature, draw a card. So it's Insolent Neonate. Is that the name of it? But that didn't have haste. That had menace, maybe?
Well, but you also need to be pitching a thing with mayhem to be even on cards with this.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great.
This card's bad. I'm just like, you don't need to stoop this low to enable your mayhem costs, right?
But I mean, red black does look very aggressive from what I saw looking through the spoiler. Like, maybe, but it's not good, and it's not going to be a high pick. And if you want it, you will get it. It is garbage.
Yes, I think it is garbage as well. Okay, Grow Extra Arms is up next. This is 1 and a green for an instant. The spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a spider. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. So Titanic growth on the front, but not crazy for this to be 1 mana +4/+4.
This is not good, right?
I don't know. 1 mana +4/+4? Is
This
that
is
not
not
good?
good. It's not good. This can't be good.
That seems like a bad take.
It doesn't give trample.
It gives large.
It gives keyword
It
large.
gives keyword large. It gives take away 20% of your life.
You're not selling me. I'm going garbage.
All right, I got to go great, even though I'll never cast this card because I don't play combat tricks. But I think this has to be great. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Coming
So
to you
it
from the
doesn't.
person who hates what's the name of the card in Edge of Eternities?
Biosynthic Burst, yeah.
Yeah, coming to you from the Biosynthic Burst hater.
That's me.
All right, next up we've got Beetle Legacy Criminal. This is 3 and a blue for a common, 3/3 flyer. Legendary common, 3/3 flyer. 1 and a blue, exile this card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature, it gains flying until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Once again, the play pattern of Legend Ruling yourself if you need to get this in the yard is available to you.
Maybe that's why all these common legends have buyouts like that. Just to like throw people like you a bone who won't take the time to read their cards.
No, I meant to do that. I meant to do that totally.
I'm trying to get my counter. I'm trying to get that counter. 4 mana 3/3 flyer. Exile from your heart. I don't know. It's a villain in blue. This is garbage though.
Is it? Well, that's the thing. So on its face, I think this is a pretty good card. I do think it gets knocked for being a legend, certainly. Like if it is good and you were to want multiple copies, I think you are certainly less incentivized to want multiple copies on this one.
How many phantom monsters do you want in your deck?
It's a phantom monster with like multiple cross synergies, right? This is at the intersection of villains and modified, which is nice.
Yes. Yeah, but it's gotta die. I don't like. I think Phantom Monster without an ETB.
And there's self mill running around. Like I think this card, I think this card could be great, but I do think it gets knocked for being legendary. I kind of want to say like first copy is great, and the second copy is way worse.
But you can just always cast the second copy. And then it goes to the graveyard, and then you get the counter.
Got him.
I think this is garbage. I think this is garbage for me. For me, this is garbage.
I also like if I have to say one, I think I've got to say garbage because I don't think you want multiple copies, and then I think you will end up with a copy without spending a high pick on it.
You're telling me the only thing stopping you from putting a great on this is that it's legendary? I don't think it's that good.
It's not that good. You're right.
I don't think it's that good. Next up, we have Doc Ock, Sinister Scientist. 4 and a blue for a 4/5 at common. Doc Ock is legendary, also a villain. As long as there are 8 or more cards in your graveyard, Doc Ock has base, power, and toughness 8/8. As long as you control another villain, Doc Ock has hexproof.
This card is the worst. And by that, I mean it's great. Like, I hate that this exists, though.
Just a 5 mana 4/5 hexproof.
Or a 5 mana 8/8 hexproof. There's self mill. Like, I think it looks trivially easy for blue black to get 8 cards in the yard if you are interested in doing so.
Yes, I think I agree with that.
And this is a common.
Yeah.
Common.
But no legend ruling buyout here.
No legend ruling buyout. You're gonna have to pay attention on this one.
Wait, no, you legend rule yourself when you have 7 cards in your graveyard
to get the 8th. There it is.
To get it be an 8/8.
That's the tech. That's the tech. I think this one is great.
I agree.
But do you want to?
Yeah.
You're just jamming as many copies of this as you get.
No,
if you're interested in it, if you're doing
I don't think I'm jamming as many copies as I can get, but I'm also not jamming as many copies as I can get of a common 5-drop. 5-drop, sure. So sure. I don't think I need to slam this card for being legendary in that sense.
Next up, we've got Unstable Experiment. This is 1 and a blue for an instant. Target player draws a card, then up to 1 target creature you control connives.
Ooh, I wish this was in Rakdos, so you could get that good mayhem. Though I guess blue black will have some black mayhem cards.
Yeah.
Draw a card, then a creature connives, and this is an instant, so it can
It's an
be draw a
instant.
card.
Like, I probably should have put this in top common alert, honestly. Like, I
Yeah.
think this is maybe a sleeper top common.
Draw a card, loot, maybe blowout combat, and
Yeah.
modified. Oh yeah, this
And
card
modify.
rules. Yeah, this card rules. Okay.
This card's great. It's very, but this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, this is a sweet Magic the Gathering card. And I'm like, there's so many cards like this that are just cool. It's in this pick 2 draft format.
Where we're in New York City. Next up, we have Swarm Being of Bees. 2 and a black for a 2/2. Guess what, Ben?
Legendary.
2 and a black.
Legend,
2/2.
wait for it, dairy.
2 and a black 2/2 at common. Flash, flying, mayhem, single black. A flash creature with single black mayhem. This card is awesome, I think.
But it's legendary. Like, how many copies can you put in your deck?
I don't know. 3?
And is it that awesome? Like, so how good is it, do you think? Let's say it weren't legendary.
If it's not legendary, like excellent. Like it's doing all the things at the intersection of conniving and blah blah, and like it's just so good. Like both blue black and red black are going to be able to cast this as a 1 mana 2/2 flash flyer so often.
I agree. Yeah, but what, are you happy with the second copy in your deck?
Yes, I said I would play 3 copies.
Are you you would play 3 copies? That seems like so many to me.
But like I can connive them away. Just full stop.
But then you can't cast them without legend ruling yourself. Yeah,
But I'm not down a card on a connive.
Yeah. I mean, this card's very good. I think it is also great. I think it's very interesting that it's a legend. Yes, I think that it being a legend is keeping it in check.
Yes, yeah. I think if it were not legendary, it would be nuts as a common. And I think this is the first one I'm like, I think I'm kind of glad that this is legendary. But I think it's a really good card.
Next up, we've got Stegron, the Dinosaur Man. 4 and a red for a 5/4 common. You guessed it, legend, wait for it, dairy. With menace. And it's got the ability, 1 and a red, discard this card until end of turn. Target creature you control gets +3/+1 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other types.
I don't love this card.
Oh, I think this one is great.
Because of the legend ruling buyout.
But I think it solves that problem nicely. I'm not like legend pilled about this one. I just think this is a good card. Like the split of 5 mana 5/4 menace or 2 mana +3/+1 combat trick, I think is a very desirable Magic the Gathering card. I think it is modal in the ways that you want it to be modal.
Yes, I agree. There's what was the card? I think it was a 6 mana 5/4 trample. From Neon Dynasty that had a similar thing. Like you could discard it to give. Now that gave +3/+1 and trample, which was a bigger game than this. But this is similar to that. And much like the combat tricks of the world, I underrated that card, or just like I rated it, but didn't play it very much. Yeah, this is probably close enough to that it's great. All right. Does it synergize? I guess, yeah, because black-red has stuff that cares about you discarding. So it's not like you only have to discard mayhem via mayhem.
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. News Helicopter is 3 mana for a 1/1 flying artifact creature at common. And when it enters, you get a 1/1 green and white human citizen creature token. Speaking of Neon Dynasty, there was this exact card, 3 mana 1/1 flyer artifact that made a 1/1 on the ground. Could pick it up.
You could pick it up with ninjutsu, and here you're going to be able to pick it up with web slinging. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, is it great?
It's going to be great in green-white.
It's going to be great in green-white. It's probably not great elsewhere.
Correct.
I think that means it's garbage. Unless you just are saying this costs 1 green-white. It doesn't cost
maybe, but it also, like, it's not like it's playable in the other color pairs. That's mostly what I'm curious about this. The reason I put it here is like, how often are you going to be first picking a news helicopter? Are you going to be like okay with that because it's always going to go in your deck? Are you going to try to delay the decision ever? Like, this is probably below the line where you're okay to first pick it.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, unless you just are trying so hard to delay the decision.
I can't imagine that's true with the pick 2 drafts I've done.
I agree.
Lastly, here we've got Molten Man Inferno Incarnate. This is 2 in a red for an uncommon 0/0. When Molten Man enters, search your library for a basic mountain card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Molten Man gets +1/+1 for each mountain you control. And when Molten Man leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a land. This is such a cool Magic the Gathering card.
It is?
You don't think this is cool?
I mean, you mean like cool flavorfully? This is a bad limited card.
No, this is such a good mono red card.
You think is mono red a deck?
I don't know, but this being here certainly makes it a possibility, right? Like,
I guess
3
so,
mana 3/3 searches up a mountain as a 4/4. There's hybrids. Like, I think this is such a cool sideways thing. Like, this existing is great for the format. If this is possibly a thing.
But it's legendary. How many do you want in your deck, Ben?
I know. I'm sad that this
second copy.
I agree. I'm tilted that this card is legendary. Because I think stop laughing at me.
You're
so
fired
many
up.
legendary creatures in this format.
There's a lot.
It is an amount that is not ideal, and legendary being a common, like 50 takes, or if we're doing 25 takes since this is a smaller set or whatever. What grinds my gears is that there are legendaries at common. It's not good for limited Magic. I am pretty confident about that. We'll see. We'll remain to see if it's a bug or a feature, but.
So, it's a mono red card. Basically only, right?
I think only, yes. I mean, if you're heavy red, maybe.
Heavy red, like what? 12? I mean,
if this is 1 red, it's a 3 mana 3/3 that ramps you.
Yeah.
I just think it's a very cool card. It gets my brain juices flowing. It's very unique.
Unfortunately, the game isn't cool or unique. The game is great or garbage, sir.
I'm putting my stamp on great in mono red, and I hope that mono red is a deck.
I think you have said a lot of words that mean garbage. that's what I'm gonna say.
Boo.
Okay, how you feeling? You're not feeling great.
I feel how I felt at the beginning of this, which is I think there's a lot of really cool cards in this format, but I'm not excited about a pick 2 draft. If I'm being honest, like my heart of hearts, like it feels like drafting with training wheels on. Like I'm riding a bike with training wheels, and I want to ride a bike. I've been riding a bike for 20 years. And I guess as a change of pace, this is going to be a very short-lived format, I think. It's not going to be around that long before Avatar: The Last Airbender comes out, which I am hyped for after finishing Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think I am where I was at the start of recording this episode. I like a lot of cool cards. I think there's a lot of awkward things about like terms of Spider-Man, in terms of feeling like it's breaking the Magic multiverse for me. So we'll see. I am excited to play with new cards.
Yeah, I'm excited to play with new cards.
I think it will be good podcasting, and I'm excited about that as well.
Because we get to say Spider-Man, you're Spider-Man over and over again.
I mean, not that. I think it's interesting. I think it's new. And I think it's going to be good content because it's new, and it'll be interesting puzzle to figure out. I think pick 2, like just having, I think pick 2 for podcasting will be great to podcast about. Like it'll be cool to explore strategies, to get input from people. Like it's a new puzzle to solve, and I'm all about solving new puzzles. It just feels like we've been doing 1,000-piece puzzles, and this is now like a very complex or a new 500-piece puzzle or something.
It's like a 3D 500-piece puzzle. Yeah. I think I'm very much where you're at. Like I think I was actually a little bit more excited at the start of this episode, and then the legendary of it all has maybe beaten me down a little bit. And
I've
also
said legendary too many times.
it's just too much. But I also think I'm also a little worried about how powerful green white is. But maybe I'm overblowing it, and web slinging is just fine and won't come up that much. Remains to be seen.
If I had to put my stamp, like if you had me pick a color pair right now, it'd be hard to not pick green white based on the back of those uncommons.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to not pick green white based on the back of those uncommons. I think I personally am most excited to play blue black.
You, Ben Werney, most excited to play blue
shocking.
black?
I know, like blue black and blue white, which is very on brand for me. I love blue, but what are you gonna
Very
do?
on brand. Yeah. All right. See you next week for the crash course.
Crash course. Yeah, I thought you were gonna hit me with a "see you next week for 50 takes" because this format's gonna be over and done with. But
oh, that's true.
yeah, see you next week for the crash course. I am excited to see what the full set looks like, and more importantly, I'm excited to play with some new Magic the Gathering cards.
Absolutely.
All right. On that note, thank you as always to Salty Pretzels for our intro and outro music. Make sure you give it a listen.
You can find all of our content at lordsoflimited.com. There's links to our episode backlogs, our YouTube channel where you can find the episode in video form. If you want to come say hi to me and Ben on YouTube, you could do that. You can say hi to us on our Twitch streams, respectively. Links to those channels are on our website as well. We've got our merch, courtesy of TeePublic. We've got our Patreon page if you want to learn more about that. All of that is at lordsoflimited.com.
If you've got any feedback about the show, shoot us an email at lordsoflimited@gmail.com.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week for another episode of Lords of Limited.
Thanks, everybody. See you later.